Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys. Cowboys eyeing long-term Dak Prescott contract extension after 2023 season. Dak Prescott's standout performance in the 2023 NFL season could lead to a significant payout for the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, as rumors swirl about a long-term contract extension following the season's conclusion. NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport shared insights on Sunday's NFL Gameday morning, indicating that Prescott and the Cowboys are expected to negotiate a deal that would elevate him into the ranks of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the league. He would join the likes of Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, who consecutively broke the record this offseason for the highest-paid QBs in league history. Prescott's exceptional play this season, potentially culminating in an MVP-worthy campaign, has positioned him as a key player for the Cowboys. On top of the team's success on the field, practical considerations also contribute to the likelihood of an extension. Prescott currently faces a substantial $59.455 million salary cap hit in 2024, the final year of his four-year, $160 million contract inked in 2021. A renegotiated deal would offer relief in managing the salary cap, especially with impending contract negotiations for rising stars Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. The urgency to address Dak Prescott's contract arises from a $5 million roster bonus due on the fifth day of the new league year, prompting expectations of an extension before that deadline. Prescott's existing deal includes clauses restricting trades and franchise tags, adding complexity to the negotiation dynamics. Recent on-field prowess contributes to Prescott's bargaining power, with the quarterback delivering standout performances, including a 3-touchdown display in a historic Cowboys primetime victory over the Seattle Seahawks. Prescott's current run of 6 consecutive games with 2 or more touchdowns, coupled with his 20 touchdowns through the air in the last 6 games, places him in Cowboys history books dating back to 1970. The latest Dallas Cowboys rumors show the team might have a backup plan after missing out on Shaq Leonard to the Philadelphia Eagles. Former Cowboys scout Brian Broaddus reports the Cowboys are considering a reunion with 4-time Pro Bowler Anthony Barr. The former scout-turned-analyst mentioned Barr as a possibility when asked by fans on X, formerly known as Twitter, about Dallas' next move. "Name I heard was Anthony Barr," Broaddus said in a series of December 4, 2023 messages. "Just reporting what I heard. This move is a bit more complicated as Dallas would need to sign Barr off of Minnesota's practice squad. Barr signed with the Vikings on November 14 but remains on the team's practice squad. NFL rules permit the Cowboys signing Barr as long as it is to the team's 53-man roster. The veteran would also have to desire a return to Dallas. Barr spent his first 8 seasons with the Vikings before joining the Cowboys in 2022. The Vikings could opt to sign Barr to the active roster, a move that would prevent the Cowboys from poaching the linebacker. Cowboys insider on Anthony Barr: they need to go get another body. Barr posted 58 tackles, 4 quarterback hits, 2 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries and a sack in 14 appearances last season, including 10 starts. 105.3 The Fan's Bobby Belt also noted that Dallas could make a move for Barr, prompting plenty of Cowboys rumors. Anthony Barr was recently signed to the Vikings practice squad, Belt explained during a November 24 episode of the Love of the Star podcast. And he was actually a practice squad elevation. Understand the Cowboys' defense. Has played within it. I wonder, just myself, if the Cowboys do lose out on Shaquille Leonard and they need to go get another linebacker. They need to go get another body. It would seem that it would make some sense to say, well, let's go get a veteran who was also here last year. He's on a practice squad. He's in playing shape. Let's just go make this signing off the practice squad. Despite worst game of season, Darren Bland should stay in conversation for DPOY. Dallas Cowboys cornerback Darren Bland has been the talk of the town in Dallas all season. The former 5th-round pick stepped up and drastically improved this season following the injury to Trevon Diggs that sidelined him for the season. Bland showed promise in his rookie season in 2022 when he led the defense in interceptions with 5. Since being moved to the outside position in 2023, Bland has taken his game to a new level. Through 12 games, he has 8 interceptions, with 5 of them being returned for a touchdown. Bland broke a single-season record on Thanksgiving with his 5th pick 6 of the season. His performance this season has raised conversation that he should be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. When a player performs the way Bland has, it brings a spotlight. This spotlight comes with praise and recognition, but it also comes with scrutiny and added criticism. Bland was the recipient of the latter through the first half of Thursday's game against the Seattle Seahawks. The game couldn't have started any worse for the star corner, when Seahawks receiver DK Metcalf burned him for a 73-yard touchdown on the team's opening possession. Adding insult to injury, Metcalf later beat Bland again for a 34-yard reception. Bland ended his nightmare first half by being called for a pass interference on a 29-yard pass to W.R. Jackson Smith-Njigba in the end zone. This call put the Seahawks on the 1-yard line where they converted with a touchdown pass to Metcalf again. It didn't take long for people to turn on Bland. By halftime, social media was flooded with memes critical of Bland's performance. Many users were already ruling out any possibility of Bland winning the decorated award given to the league's best defensive player. Cornerback is widely considered one of the hardest positions in the league. Having to dissect the route a wide receiver is running without committing a penalty has become very difficult in today's league. One thing defensive back coaches teach is to have a short memory. Even the best at the position get beat occasionally, and it's about how a player bounces back and responds. Bland chose to bounce back and record his 8th interception of the season with an impressive play on the ball in the second half. Bland ultimately stepped up and came away with a big interception in the second half of the game. While some may argue that Bland's performance hurt his DPOY odds, he should still remain in the conversation for the award. A single half of poor performance shouldn't outweigh what Bland has done throughout the season. XFactor. Brandon Cooks has been a true X-Factor for the Cowboys offense. Brandon Cooks' tenure as a Dallas Cowboy did not get off to a great start. The veteran wide receiver was a non-factor in his first 4 games in Dallas. Cooks totaled just 9 receptions for 73 yards, an average of just 8.11 YR, and did not play much of a role in the offense. Cooks was a big offseason acquisition along with Stephon Gilmore, and Dallas desperately needed to find a way to utilize his skill set in the offense. Thankfully, the Cowboys did just that, and in the last 7 games, Cooks has put up some excellent production. The 30-year-old wide receiver has caught 28 passes for 424 yards and an impressive 5 touchdowns during that 7-game period. Cooks also has an 84.8% catch percentage, more than doubling his 47.4% mark from his first 4 games of the year. It should come as no shock that at the same time Dallas started getting Cooks involved in the offense, their overall production as a unit skyrocketed. The Cowboys lead the league by a wide margin in offensive EPA, play, 0.219, and dropback EPA, 0.343, since Week 6, and Cook's performance has played a big part in their offense's success. The Cowboys face a tough road down the stretch as 4 of their final 5 games come against playoff contending teams. Against more talented opponents, Dallas will need Cooks to keep up his recent production to help lessen the load that CeeDee Lamb will need to carry. With Lamb playing like an all-pro, better teams will likely dedicate much of the resources they have to slow him down and hope Cooks and the other Cowboys receivers can't beat them. If Cooks keeps playing like he has of late, the veteran wideout seems more than up to the challenge. Brandon Cooks has been a true X-Factor for the Cowboys offense, and if he can keep up his recent production into the postseason, Dallas is going to be a hard team to beat. Jerry Jones has high praise for Dak Prescott and how he's playing. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones has strong feelings about Dak Prescott and the level he's playing at right now. Dak is coming off a Week 13 performance which saw him throw 3 touchdowns and drive the offense in a huge comeback victory over the Seattle Seahawks. Speaking after the game, Jerry Jones took a moment to talk to the media and spoke on Dak. He's getting better, which is saying something when you've got his experience and has had the reps that he's had in his career, had the successes if you will. Making further comments about Dak and how he's playing this season, Jerry finished by saying, "Dak's playing the best. He's getting better. In my mind, he's the best he's ever been." That was followed by more high-level praise while speaking on 105 The Fan this week. Dak has now solidified the argument to be made for the most valuable player this season. In the last 3 weeks, Dak has thrown for a 69% completion rate, 9 touchdowns, 819 yards and 0 interceptions. He currently leads the league in passing touchdowns, completion accuracy, first downs and has the lowest turnover-worthy play rate among starting quarterbacks. The win last week showed the team's resilience when things looked tough, but also kept up their incredible home win rate, having not lost a game at AT&T Stadium this year. The next home game though is the much-anticipated rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles, when the Cowboys hope to keep their home record intact and close the gap on the current NFC East leaders. Going in the Cowboys' favor will be the fact the Eagles have lost their last 6 games against Dallas when playing in AT&T, and of course Dak Prescott's amazing hot streak.